It's with great pleasure that I get to introduce you to our 2017 Corporate Equality Awardee. This award recognizes Lyft's exceptional commitment to equality for the LGBTQ community. Now, it's rare that a company as young as Lyft is able to make as big an impact on diversity and inclusion as Lyft has. Lyft has not only implemented policies which support the LGBTQ community within their ranks, they have also instituted a gender inclusion and affirmation policy that expands their anti-discrimination statement to outline, define, and educate their community on what it truly means to be transgender inclusive. Lyft understands that their position in the marketplace means they have a responsibility to the communities they serve. At Lyft, they embody this commitment by standing up publicly against legislation that targets minority communities. And they also took a leading role in signing on to the amicus brief for Gavin Grimm in Grimm versus the Gloucester County School Board. And if that wasn't enough, they were right there and supported HRC's Equality is Our Business statement. Lyft has integrated their riders into their socially conscious mission as well, through their Round Up and Donate campaign, which allows you all, the riders, to round up your fare to the nearest dollar and donate it to one of currently 10 nonprofit organizations, including HRC. Tonight, we're pleased to announce that Lyft is HRC's newest Platinum Corporate Partner. Now please, help me welcome and congratulate Lyft's co-founder and president, John Zimmer.
Thank you very much. Thank you. As a new father, I'm thankful for the incredible work that the Human Rights Campaign does to make sure that she grows up in a more inclusive and accepting world. It's a great honor to be here receiving this on behalf of the Lyft community, which includes millions of passengers, drivers, and team members, many of which are here, who represent every background and who make what we do possible. 5 years ago, we had a vision for Lyft to demonstrate the strength of community to bring about real change in how our cities serve humanity. We're just about 1% of the way there, but I'm more convinced than ever that the power of individuals with a common set of values can dramatically improve people's lives. Every few weeks, I speak with our new hires about the importance of each of their actions and the opportunity represented by every single Lyft ride. Each experience, each shared connection can make a difference. This happens when a passenger who went through a tough breakup is comforted by their driver's words. It happens when a driver and passenger with opposing political views meet on common ground for a 10-minute commute. And it happened when a driver who is a cancer survivor inspired hope in a younger passenger battling the same diagnosis. It also happens when individuals who uphold a shared set of values stand up and take action. Today, I'd like to highlight and thank 3 people who did just that. First is Samuel Carrington. Sam is a queer trans man who manages Lyft's service design team, co-leads our LGBTQ employee resource group, Lyft Out, and embodies our 2 most important core values: be yourself and make it happen. Earlier this year, Sam led the creation of Lyft's first gender inclusion and affirmation policy, which outlines clear protections for trans and gender non-conforming employees. Sam, yeah, let's give Sam a phone. Sam couldn't be with us tonight, but I wanted to acknowledge and thank him for leading this important effort that is now being replicated by other companies across the country and impacting many more people because of his leadership. I'd also like to thank Ben from our team in Boston and Rachel, who is a Lyft driver there. Ben recently shared Rachel's story with our company. He wrote in, "Rachel is trans, and I have her permission to share this with you. She originally came into the Lyft driver hub presenting as male. She was using her assigned at birth gender to drive for us because she didn't want to put herself in danger. She came into the hub for another issue, but I also explained that if she did want to drive as Rachel, we could retake her driver photo and change her gender in her profile. She said she'd think about it. We became Facebook friends, and she contacted me in the subsequent weeks, asking when I was working again. Rachel came back yesterday, and with encouragement and applause from other Lyft team members, she retook her photo and updated her profile. She was nervous how passengers would treat her. Rachel drove much of last night, and she just sent me this message. Did 16 rides as the real me. Love to tell you about Junior, my first rider as the real me. Turns out he is a Lyft driver. He was turning in his rental car and going back to the Dominican for vacation. He's a really great guy. He was genuinely happy for me. What a great first rider. The rest of the day continued like that. In between riders, I cried out with pure joy, just like I am right now writing this. Without exception, people were congratulating me and telling me how nice I looked. Rachel is in the audience tonight, sitting at our table right here. I'd like to thank her for being part of the Lyft community, sharing her story, and inspiring all of us. Sam, Rachel, and Ben each took action to make the community a better place, and each of them has already made a big difference. In today's world, it's more important than ever to remember that each of our decisions and each of our actions matter, and it's up to every one of us from every background to step up. As for our role in this, we have a lot more work to do to ensure that our service enables cities to be more equitable, just, and community-oriented. And we want the Human Rights Campaign, community advocates, and all those that cannot be here to know that the Lyft community stands with you. And with your help, we will demonstrate that every action, every person, and in our case, every ride truly matters. Together, we will prove that each of us, no matter who we are, what we look like, or who we love, belongs. Thank you very much.